It's party time, my golf story, brought to you by Party Drinks. Classically designed golf drinks for golfers by golfers. And the golf real estate pros, Gene Walsh and Vince Visicaro. For your Southwest Florida real estate needs, check them out at suncoastdreams.com. Now here's your host, Kevin Walsh.
Hey, welcome to the program. We got a really good one for you. A guest that I met on the golf course a couple of weeks ago and has a fascinating story. In a lot of ways, our stories are similar with who we worked for in the past and just our thoughts about golf and our feelings about it. Greg Palmer, the CEO of golfballs.com. Fascinating guy, shares a name with somebody, and that's a hint about some of the stories that he's going to tell you. But if you play golf with custom golf balls, there's a pretty good chance that that golf ball was made in his facility in Louisiana. Greg Palmer is our guest. Before we bring him on board, I thought I'd update you with some business things. The podcast continues to grow largely because of your help, and I'm going to continue to ask for it. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And as you share the podcast with other people, ask them to subscribe as well. More than 3,200 subscribers so far. We're now up to 86,000 views. That doesn't include Spotify and all the other things. YouTube is the king, all right? We need to understand that. YouTube is the king. 86,000 views and more than 1,000 watch hours. So big thank you to you for doing that. Help us to continue to grow because I think what we're doing is we're creating a really nice golf community. Big thanks to Party Drinks. If you're looking for an alternative to some of the old tired seltzers that people are drinking on the golf course and you want a real good, smooth golf cocktail for golfers, by golfers, Party is the drink for you. For a list of places where you can find it, check us out online at drinkparty.com. And the real estate pros, the golf real estate pros, Gene Walsh and Vince Visicaro from Fine Properties in Southwest Florida. If your dream is to own a house on a golf course or in a golf resort, or if you already live there and now is the time to cash out and the market is really hot, they're the best people for you. Check them out at suncoastdreams.com, or you can call them at 941-220-4000. All right, let's get Greg Palmer involved in here. Greg just had to take care of some business. You're a businessman, so I'm sure you understand. But
totally understand.
Yeah. How have you been? What's it been? 2 weeks since I carried your bags?
Yeah. 2 weeks since we were at Stream Song. So one PGA show, a couple rounds of golf, and one case of COVID after hanging out with 20,000 of my closest friends at the PGA shows.
Oh, no. What? Are you feeling all right? Are you in isolation? What's going on? Fill me in.
I'm done. I think this is my third time having it. The first two were just a light cold, and this one kicked my butt a little bit for a couple of days, but I've been clear of it for a couple of days now. So
okay, good. Glad you're on the mend. Happy to have you here. Enjoyed the time with you and also the Van Campens, nice people from Pilgrims Run Golf Club in Michigan. I mean, I really think that was the essence. Our days together is the essence of golf, playing with your dad, playing with your son, playing with your friends, be it business people or whatever. I mean, is that the essence of golf, how you think it ought to be?
Yeah, that's the whole thing to me. I mean, if you would ask me where my favorite golf courses, I couldn't separate that from the memories that I built playing rounds of golf with people there. And, I've got 3 kids and playing golf with them or playing golf with my late father-in-law or brother-in-law or things like that are just, to me, that's what golf's all about. It's an enthusiast sport, and I have a lot of enthusiasm for it. I like the competition. I like, bettering myself, but really the people and is everything, right? To me, that's what I enjoy most about it for sure.
Greg Palmer is our guest. He's the CEO of golfballs.com. Take me back to the beginning. How does one become the CEO? I guess I'm starting at the end. Don't worry about it. We'll go back and we'll build the pyramid block by block. But how did you end up where you are?
Yeah, good question. I could ask myself that same question sometimes, but I mean, thank God I ended up where I am. I grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana, which is where we're located. Moved here when I was in second grade and lived here through high school. Left for 25 years, but I had a 10-year stint at the Golf Channel, 2008 to 2017. And early in my time there, I sent a note got on Google, did a Google search, found the founder of golfballs.com, Tom Cox, dear friend of mine now. Sent him a note, said 2 guys from Lafayette, Louisiana should know one another. And he wrote me back and said he thought so too. Next time I was in town for Thanksgiving, we caught breakfast. And despite spending most of my career in sales up to that point, it took me 7 years of nurturing that friendship to convince him that being on Golf Channel would be a good thing for that business. And it turned out to be a very, very good thing for the business. And the business saw growth from that partnership. I got introduced to the board members there and finished out my time at Golf Channel, went back into healthcare technology for a period of time, stayed close with these guys. And 4 years ago, they called me to be president of the company, and I transitioned not quite a year ago into the CEO role. So it's a great company, great group of people, love the product we have, really fortunate for the opportunity.
Okay, a lot there to unpack, but let me just, and I'll do it like part by part, but just playing the hometown card. Yeah. That is so effective, isn't it? When you tell somebody, hey, we're from the same backyard.
Yeah.
It works, doesn't it?
Right. Absolutely. I mean, it's hard to pass up an introduction to somebody from the Golf Channel, specifically if you're in the golf business and you're in Lafayette. So it worked out great for me. Tom and I have been really, really close friends ever since. And it works out pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So just so I'm clear about this, did you, as a salesperson for the Golf Channel, did you sell Tom and golfballs.com on buying sponsorship or advertising? And that was sort of the entry in, and then that set the table for you joining the company, or did I mix it up? Help me out.
Yeah, that's how it started, really. I mean, I actually joined this is one of the stories, but I joined Golf Channel in 2008. I was a sales leader for a global pharmaceutical company. I really enjoyed the work that I did and expected I would do it for the long haul. At that time, I had a friend in Orlando who was an executive with Disney. We played a lot of golf together. And one day he told me that he had accepted a job with Golf Channel and that he intended to bring me along with him at some point in time. I thought that was one of the nice things that people say as they make a change, and didn't think anything of it. But about a year later, he came to me, called me and said, hey, I'd like you to come in and interview for a role. We're looking to get into some new things in golf. Nobody really has experience. We're just looking for a senior level person that can help us figure it out. So I thought that was interesting, for sure. I'd loved golf my whole life. I had worked in a couple of golf shops, certainly had a background for it, but I loved what I was doing in the pharmaceutical business. And that actually made it a great time to talk because I felt like I could make a level-headed decision that wasn't driven by emotion. But I really tried to run away from it initially because I was happy with the path that I was on. But thank God I took the role, and I ended up operating a big piece of the golfnow.com business through the acquisition and the growth and development of that platform. And so that's what I did mostly, but I still worked on some special projects and business development for a couple of larger customers. And Golf Balls was one of those where we finally struck a deal. And it's been a great partnership for both parties for a very long time.
Well, your name, of course, is going to bring the inevitable question. Are you related to the king? And I want to hear your answer, but I know you have plenty of stories about Arnold Palmer. Why don't you tell me about the first time you met him?
Yeah. Oh, the first time I met him. That's a great question. I'm not sure I can remember the first time I met him. How about the feeling of it? Even if you don't have the details, just like, oh my gosh, there he is. Because I think we can all express that, those of us who have been fortunate enough to have met him. Well, I'll start with the first question. I'm not related, but I'm very happy with the family that I have, so it's never a disappointment to say that I'm not. I'm thankful for my family, but I did have opportunities to be with Arnie on many different occasions while I was working at Golf Channel. The feel is he made people feel special, right? He saw people in a busy room. He'd see, engage. He really understood people and who his target audience was, and just was a great guy. I mean, I've been around a lot of, certainly celebrity golfers and just celebrities in general being in golf, but only get starstruck, 2 times, right? Arnold Palmer and Michael Jordan. That's kind of it. And to me, it's kind of top of the heap. So
I met him 24 years ago at Pebble Beach, and I have never been so nervous in my life.
Yeah.
But tell me, is this not something you've experienced with him or saw other people experience it? It was very quickly that he put me at ease, and I felt like I was talking to a lifelong friend.
100%. Like I said, he had that way with people. He was, he would sit at the same table in Bay Hill and eat breakfast, and you'd watch people walk up to him and ask for pictures, and it was always warm and inviting, and always time for a word or a picture or an autograph or whatever it was. Just there's very few people ever to walk the planet to have that kind of fame and have that type of personal connection with people.
It's a small world. We all hear that expression before. I like to expand on that and say golf shrinks it in certain places. It could be Pebble Beach. It could be Streamsong. It could be Bay Hill. Triple shrink or double shrink it. Do you have some experiences about that? Bumping into people like you can't believe, like, wow, you're here too.
Right. Yeah. I'd say it could maybe even be more or double or triple shrink it. You and I run into each other at Streamsong is a great example. I mean, we probably know 20 mutual, people we worked with or run into along the way, but that happens all the time. From a networking standpoint, it's a very small world, whether it's a specific club that you've spent time at and maybe know the pro or, have those relationships, or another member, or, a friend of a friend, or it's a very, very, very small world. And if you were in golf media in any way, following the PGA Tour, going to those events, it's like a traveling circus, and everybody sticks together as you move from place to place, week to week. And it's a very small, tight-knit community. Makes it a really small world, right? And if you want to make a connection with somebody, you can find one in the world of golf.
It's not that hard. And when you can name a hometown, like the story that you told about Tom being from Lafayette, Louisiana, or just if you name a certain club, or if you drop a name properly, then people know you're in good stead and they're willing to help, because like Harvey Penick said, if you golf, you're my friend. And and that's, I think, what makes the business go round. Let's get into the business a little bit. How many golf balls do you have in your facility ready to go and ready to be printed?
I don't know. A lot. Several $1 million worth, for sure. 75,000 square feet full. How about that? We've got a 75,000 square foot facility. We try to hold 60 days worth of golf balls at any time. So say we do 100,000 dozen a month, something like that. We probably have 250,000 dozen golf balls on hand. So
wow,
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. What is the most common request? My guess would be happy birthday. Am I right or am I wrong?
There's some happy birthday. There's a whole lot of weddings and bachelor parties. There is any joke you would ever care to make about balls. There are lots of logos, monograms, pictures, you name it. People have a lot of imagination, and they flex it when they're looking to create golf balls. But I think personalized, funny messages and logos are the two best. A lot of alignment aids these days too. We print those. So.
Oh, the line. Yeah, the line is great. I mean, that's That's how. Well, when I first saw you, and you kind of look like a PGA Tour player with all the, the golfs.com on the sleeve. I don't know if you had it on your hat, but you look like a tour player and look good. And I'm like, and then I'm like, you the guy? And you're like, yeah, I'm the guy. That was cool. Now, with all those, you said people, flexing, trying to get creative pictures and stuff. Does it ever get a little too cheeky, a little too fresh for your taste? And do you have sensors that kind of weed out the bad stuff?
All the above. Yeah. The brands all have standards, right? And for us to be a print service provider to the brands, we need to live up to their standards. We would do the same, but there's certainly plenty of things we won't print on a golf ball. There are filters for all the things that we've thought of already. And then there's the creative folks that pop something through. So we try to spare our staff from the more vulgar and, both in imagery and words. And we do a pretty good job of that. But occasionally something slips through and an individual catches it along the way. So people have tried everything, as you can imagine.
Can you share one, or am I treading in waters that should not be sailed upon?
We are very consistent with following the brand, so I'm gonna steer clear of that one. We try to print things we'd be proud of, or our brands would be proud of, for sure.
Gotcha. What's the most popular brand?
Yeah, I mean, Pro V1's the leading ball in the United States, and we follow that as well. We sell a whole lot of different kind of balls, but Titleist, TaylorMade, Callaway, Srixon, Bridgestone, we sell a lot of all of them. But Pro V1's the number one ball. Mm-hmm. Callaway Super Softs, volume-wise, is right there close by too. Two different players, two different price points. So. Mm-hmm.
Walk me through the process. Let's just say I want to order. Let's just say it's a wedding party, and I want to give the groomsmen and some of the bridesmaids golf balls. Yeah. How does it work?
Yeah, you go to our website. You can either start by choosing your personalization first, or choosing the type of ball you want first. It's really a technology-driven business. I mean, 29 years ago, you couldn't go do a deal with Shopify and stand up a website. If you wanted a website, you had to build it. And so we've had development expertise as a key part of our business for a very long time. So we have a completely visualization-driven workflow when you come to the website. So if you want to put a picture of the groom on one side of a ball, and a picture about the wedding, a message about the wedding party on the other side, you'd easily drag and drop that. It's all visual. It shows you a golf ball. It shows you the personalization or the picture or whatever on the golf ball. And you, do however many of those that you need. And whatever you see on the golf ball is exactly what you're going to get on the other end of your order. So it's all technically driven. There's no individuals in between that process. There's you on the website, and then our technology takes whatever you've submitted as part of your order, sends a message to, there's a person tomorrow morning walking the aisles of golfballs.com with a tablet device and a cart, and they come to a bin location. They pick 2 of these dozen and 3 of these dozen and 4 of those dozen. They bring it to the next station where you have a large tablets right in front of them that says, put these balls in these slots, right? In these batches. They go to the printer, and the printer literally prints what you selected on the website directly onto the balls. We quality control them, check them, make sure that they all look good, pack them back in. And usually we get not only balls, but we do a lot of accessories. So poker chips and divot tools and towels, you name it. We get all of those assembled to get the full order together, and then we ship it out. And we turn our average order in 1.7 days. So really quick turnaround.
Yes, because I had a guy on the bag just the other day, and I saw some printing on the side. And I said, "Where do you get your stuff?" He said, "golfballs.com." He said, from the time he just tells his marketing gal, "Go ahead and order it," and it's in his possession within about a week, or he was very happy, and the balls looked really good.
Shipping's the longest part, so.
Right, because you turn and you got I think it's cool that you got a person that kind of loads it in the bin, so that there's the personal side of things.
Yeah.
Greg Palmer, the CEO of golfballs.com, is our guest today. And if you're in the market for customized golf balls, just look at the bottom of the screen. It's scrolling along information about how you can do it. And one of the good guys in golf. Greg, tell me this. How important is golf in your life? Where would you be without golf? Is it that profound a thing? Yeah, I want to hear it.
For me, it's been pretty central to my life, certainly my adult life. I've, spent 10 years at Golf Channel, 4 years here. That's 14 years of life that have been dedicated to business around the game of golf. I started playing when I was in third grade. Nobody in my family played, but my closest friend lived in the house behind me. His family were avid golfers, and my folks bought me a set of clubs, sent me to the club here with them, and learned the game. When I got into high school, I worked at a shop. We built a lot of custom clubs. I cannot tell you how many clubs I have regripped or epoxied, thousands upon thousands upon thousands. And then I went to University of Alabama. I worked in a golf shop there and just loved to play. I've been was in sports my entire life, and a whole lot of different sports, and that competitive piece of getting out and playing with your friends and having a little match, the camaraderie that's been built. My closest friends are all golfers. I've met them through the course of work and life, and I don't know. I don't know that I'd be getting the same thing through tennis or bowling or whatever I'd be into if golf wasn't a thing in my life. So it's a big deal.
Golf. It's same for me. It's like I've said it before. Like everything I have in my life. I mean, ultimately, my education. If not for golf, I wouldn't have gone to Purdue, which means I wouldn't have met my wife. Like all of my friends that I really keep in close contact with, that are just they're extended family members. Without golf, I'm just not sure. So I'm thankful that I have it for those reasons, but also just for the joy of the game. Now, you mentioned your family. You have, what's the breakdown? I know you have some sons.
Yeah.
What's the golfing dynamic in the family? How competitive is it?
Yeah, I've got a 19-year-old about to be 20 son. He's away at college. Really good golfer. He's scratch or better, golfer. But when dad comes around, I'm a 7 right now. Was a 5 last summer, but unfortunately my putter went cold. When dad comes around, I put the intimidation factor on, and we, go head to head. Recently, he's played some really good golf and taken me, but for a long time we've had a good match. My daughter is 17, about to be 18. We've got a Topgolf that came in, maybe 5 minutes from my house here, and the kids want to go every night. So we were there last night, and I've got a 14-year-old out in the kitchen wanting to go, whenever this wraps up. So we spent a lot of time doing that. So she could be a women's long driver. She can really move it. And my youngest just has his first high school golf tournament this week. So he's been practicing a lot. He's a long hitter of the golf ball. So he's 14, little guy, but hits it as far as I do today. And so he's gunning for his brother and I. So we got a lot of golf there. There's always a match. We try and play at least once every weekend. And then we practice in the evenings, simulator at our store or at Topgolf or things like that. So.
And none of that surprises me. I mean, I could look in your golf bag and kind of figure out you've got everything. You've got all the newest stuff. You got the cool stuff. Tell me about your garage. If I stopped by to visit you and you popped a round of golf in on me, could you like fully equip me for the day, head to toe?
100%. From I've got a closet that's full of everything you might imagine: accessories, balls, towels, technology, you name it, I've got it. I thought you might ask me that. I checked. I think I have 7 sets of golf clubs in my, garage right now. And I do try to give away as many sets as I can. I have a inner city school of golf here that I am very supportive of. And I send golf clubs away to them. But between my garage and the 75,000 square feet of golf equipment that we have a few miles away, I could outfit you to your spec, no problem.
That's pretty good. I can outfit folks with golf balls and clubs. I don't have the shoes, though. I don't. They're on their own with shoes. Do you got the shoes, too?
I mean, they're not brand new, but I have many pair of lightly worn, shoes. So
Good enough. Yeah. Good enough.
It depends on the size, I guess. So.
Yes, of course. You mentioned University of Alabama. Have you met Coach Saban, Justin Thomas? How about Nick Dunlap?
Yeah, I'd like to meet Nick Dunlap. He's going to be around for a while, I think. I haven't gotten to meet Coach Saban. I got a request from a large sports agency to do some golf balls for him just last week. I think he's going to be out at the Waste Management, and they wanted to do some custom golf balls. So I had a connection with the agency, and they reached out, and we got that done. I did. I've got a couple pieces of prize sports memorabilia. One of them I'm looking at over here is a helmet that Coach Saban sent to me back in 2014 when I was going through some health issues. He signed a helmet to me, Going Gets Tough, Get Going. And that came to me through one of my friends from the golf world who has spends time at the lake with Coach there. So, so I've done golf balls for him. Haven't had an opportunity to meet him. Haven't got an opportunity to meet Justin Thomas yet either, though I got a phone call during Bay Hill last year, saying that he and Zach Johnson needed a place to stay for Bay Hill week. Their house had fallen through. So my financial advisor, who's good friends with Zach, called me and said, "Hey, do you think you can help?" And so I got those guys hooked up with a friend to stay in their guest house, and they had a tremendous time, and I think they'll be coming back again probably in the future. So I hope to get to meet him at some point. So,
well, I think based on the fact that you got them some lodging in a pinch, that's the least they can do.
Yeah,
that's the least they can do. Yeah. Greg Palmer, the CEO of golfballs.com, is our guest. Big thanks to him. We appreciate his time, and a big thanks to our title sponsor, Party Drinks. If you're looking for a good, smooth alternative on the golf course, Party Drinks is certainly the drink for you. It is made with the finest ingredients. It's super smooth for golfers, by golfers, and thanks also to our golf real estate professionals, Gene Walsh and Vince Vizicaro. suncoastdreams.com. Check them out, or you can call them at 941-220-4000. If your dream is to live on a golf course, especially in Southwest Florida, or if you already live on one or in a golf resort community and you're looking to sell, nobody better than them. And give them a call. Tell them that I sent you. And if you're in the market for custom golf balls, check out golfballs.com. And not just that, but also the other accessories as well. So we're winding down in time here, Greg. Why don't you tell me your best golf story? One that would leave everyone like, wow, because of who it was or what happened.
Yeah, I've got a couple. Well, my favorite one to tell is probably Hazeltine Ryder Cup. I'm working for NBC Sports at the time, up there doing business. So when you're at one of these events, they're great. You watch a little bit of golf, but work still happens, So I'm in NBC Sports 10. It's packed out, a lot of names, faces you would recognize for sure. Back in the corner, we've got a TV. We've got 2 couches, kind of TV's in the corner, 2 couches cornered, looking at the TV. Day's wrapping up. I'm back there on my computer trying to get some work done. And who comes and sits down next to me to my right, but Michael Jordan, right? And so I knew he was around, but I certainly didn't expect him to come sit down next to me. European Tour golf comes on, and he knows everything there is to know about European Tour golf, right? Like he's just a rabid golf fan. So he sits, a couple of his, member of his entourage, sit, and all of a sudden I'm in the middle of the, Michael Jordan hang, and the waitress comes up and says, "Hey, can I get you all anything?" And Michael says, "Yeah, I'd like some chicken fingers." She said, "No problem, Mr. Jordan." And she heads out and goes and gets chicken fingers. And that took a little while. During that meantime, Vince Coleman, right, like Hall of Fame baseball player, sits down on my left. So, it's just kind of this surreal moment. The girl comes back with the chicken fingers, gives them to Michael Jordan, and Vince Coleman says, "Oh, I'd like some chicken fingers too." She says, "Oh, we don't serve chicken fingers." And that was how Michael rolls. Like whatever he asks, he gets. And I don't know where they found those chicken fingers, but they don't serve chicken fingers. So Vince didn't get any.
Yeah, to special people come special privileges, and I guess I'm surprised, but not surprised that Michael Jordan would know everything about European Tour golf, because he is such a golf hunk. I mean, he loves it, and look, am I not right in saying this, Greg? For a lot of us, if we're competitive by nature, what are we going to play in the end?
Absolutely.
This is it.
What are you going to play as an adult? This is it.
Yeah. Can't play hoops anymore. Can't play football anymore. I mean, I can barely skate anymore with the hockey stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, I guess I'll give you the last word here. If people want to get in touch with you, if they're looking for, there is a special code word. It's been scrolling across the bottom of the screen throughout much of it. Golfballs.com. And then what do they do from there if they want to maybe get a deal?
Yeah, get a deal. Well, we certainly have promo codes listed on the website. You can do a quick search for those. We're always offering something. We try to highlight it right on the homepage most of the time. Sign up for our emails. That's a good place to begin, or our text, campaigns. Mm-hmm. We're coming into that time of year where the season launches and all the manufacturers do their locker stuffer type promotion. So if you want golf balls over the course of the next 30 days, 30 to 45 days, that's the time to buy. Whatever your brand, pick your poison, there's going to be a deal, and sign up for our emails. Make sure you're one of the first people to hear about it.
All right. So get on it. And the code word that is printed. All right. Printed. So put that in, printed, and then you'll, for customization, you'll get a nice discount. Hey, Greg, really appreciate the time. Let's keep in touch and come on back sometime. All right. I think we only scratched. I know you had some other stories. We'll get them in round 2. You good with that?
Good. Sounds great. Look forward to it.
All right. Greg Palmer, CEO of golfballs.com, has been our guest. Big thanks to him. For customization of golf balls or anything else, then check out what's been scrolling across the bottom. He'll take good care of you. And also a big thanks to the real estate professionals, Gene Walsh and Vince Vizzacaro. Check out suncoastdreams.com. And also Party Drinks. If you're looking for a good alternative, Party Drinks is the drink for you on the golf course. For Greg Palmer, I'm Kevin Walsh. Thanks for listening to It's Party Time, My Golf Story.
You've been listening to It's Party Time, My Golf Story, brought to you by Party Drinks. Classically designed golf drinks for golfers by golfers, and the golf real estate pros Gene Walsh and Vince Vizzacaro. For your Southwest Florida real estate needs, check them out at suncoastdreams.com or call 941-220-4000.
This is Vince Vizzacaro and Gene Walsh with the suncoastdreams.com real estate team at Fine Properties. We've helped hundreds of families find their dream homes in golf and resort communities in Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, Sarasota, Parrish, Venice, and the surrounding areas.
Let us be your guides to finding your dream home here as well. Learn more at suncoastdreams.com or call us at 941-220-4000.